سلام دوستای عزیز، خدا کنه که جور باشین، سر حال باشین و هر جای دنیا که هستین خوش باشین. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it is your first time, well, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you're returning, lots to update. Hello everybody and welcome back. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you for watching. My name is Zara Sahibzada. I'm an Afghan beauty and lifestyle blogger, and I literally have my apartment currently looking like a crime scene. Like, if you look at it currently, it looks like a crime scene. Let me show you a closer look. All right, so this is the current status. I kid you not, in my apartment, or the living room rather, looks like a crime scene. But we are finally painting this bookcase. For those of you who have followed my channel for quite some time, or even followed me on the gram, you would know that I did this bookcase from scratch. And we're in the final stages. So I have taken the doors out, I've covered my shoes. They're not organized in there by all means, but covered my shoes, and we are officially painting this entire bookcase in gray. But I'm really loving how this apartment has turned out so far. Between the moldings that I've added, the light fixtures, changing this entire light. But I, by the way, will get a, what is it called? A ceiling medallion. I'll probably insert a picture here so you can see it. But the goal is to get a ceiling medallion for the ceiling. And I also got curtains. There's just something magical about this view that melts my heart. But I got curtains. You can see it in the corner, sitting there. Curtains are being installed on Wednesday. So this weekend, the focus is just to paint the bookcase. So don't mind the living room. It currently does look like a crime scene. I have all of the decor and books that I had on my bookcase behind me on the coffee table. Curtains are delivered, but they're thrown in there for now. I have to steam it, of course. But for now, this is the situation. And guess who's painting it? I am. I have to get a pedicure. Probably will do that today too. I'm trying to find a place to sit so I could properly catch up with you guys very clearly. Like I said, my apartment looks like a crime scene, so trust the process, because by Monday, it's currently Saturday, by not even Monday, by I would say Wednesday evening, you're gonna see a whole like polished and clean apartment, because we are painting the bookcase this weekend. We're installing the curtains on Wednesday, and then the apartment will be in a better state. Again, it's not messy or dirty, it's just a little unorganized right now, clearly because I took everything off the bookcase because we are painting. I keep saying we as in like you and I, but I'm physically painting it myself. We as if I have a team. But we as in you and I will be painting it this weekend, so I will be painting it. I'm a little scared, I am not gonna lie. Low-key, I'm super scared, and I've stalled in painting this bookcase for almost a year. Can you believe I've lived in this apartment for a little over a year now? And this apartment, there's a little fly here. But can you believe I lived in this apartment for a little over a year now, and I haven't painted this bookcase. I've kept it white. I've painted it white because obviously everything is wood. I'll insert a little like clip to see, to show you guys the transformation of this bookcase really, but I need to paint it gray. It just looks a little like, I don't know, I'm not a fan of the white because the color of the walls are a bit more of an oatmeal, so I'm not a fan of the color of the white. I envisioned it to be gray. Even before I built the bookcase, I envisioned the color of the actual bookcase to be gray. So I got the paint, I got a specialty paint, but the reason I've been stalling it and kind of scared is because the IKEA bookcase, for those of you who know, I bought an IKEA bookcase and stacked it on top of one another. 2 IKEA bookcases stacked on top of one another is really what this creation was. But the IKEA bookcase has like this acrylic finish. It's a little shine to it. And when I paint it with regular paint, it tends to peel. or bubble up. I know that because I did it on a different piece of furniture, and I'm kind of afraid I don't want it to happen to this. So in order to prevent it from happening, I got a really special paint that is meant for cabinets. So fingers crossed, because I can't mess this up. Like, this is not a little like small piece of furniture or a wall. This is the bookcase that I cannot mess up. Like, I have to make sure I paint it properly and correctly. Like, the paint has to work. So fingers crossed. I was gonna hire someone, but your girl's on a budget. You know, I was gonna hire someone to build this bookcase for me, and it was like, that's my rent right there. So I decided, I was like, you know what? I have this vision for as long as I can remember. For those of you who know me for quite some time, if you know me for a long time, you know, for as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to have my dream New York City apartment. And it wasn't just like the magical view. I wanted the view as well. But I wanted to like have the Parisian meets restoration pre-war apartment, if that makes sense. Like Parisian meets modern farmhouse. That is my aesthetic. If that makes any sense to any of you, but I wanted to have that. And when I moved to this little apartment, which I'm obsessed with, I'm so grateful, alhamdulillah, that I am grateful that I'm able to live here. But it was just a rental. It was a white rental box. It still is a rental. Unfortunately, I cannot buy it. I wish I could. I'll be saving my pennies if I could, but anyways, different topic. But it's a rental and it's a white box, like a lot of rentals are, just a white box and take it. And I was not going to live in a white box. I'm a creative soul. Like, it's in my DNA, no matter whether it's me creating content for myself, content for someone else, or even my space, I have to be creative. So I created the moldings on the wall, changed the different light fixtures, painted the walls, added wallpaper. Like, I'm really, really excited how this apartment is turning out to be. But this bookcase, like 80% of the hard part, it's taken care of. It's built, it's stacked together, it's secured, the moldings are up. And I'm like, why am I afraid to print it? Just paint it. So we are going to paint it later on this evening, but today, first thing first, we are going to go visit my family. I haven't seen my family in such a long time. It's been quite a long time. Work just gets in the way, but for those of you who know, I have 3 sisters and 1 brother. My brother does not live in New York City. He lives out of state. And my other sister is in Germany. And my other sister, so I have 3 sisters. 1 sister is in Germany, the other sister is out of state as well. But I have 1 sister here in New York. She lives further out east, all the way out east, like near the Hamptons. So she's super, super out east. And my parents are out east as well. They're not as far out east, but they're out in eastern Long Island, New York. So I'm gonna go to Long Island, New York, haven't gone there forever. And I have to say, one thing I'm really grateful for, I'm getting emotional because this past few weeks have been so rough for me, mentally, emotionally, physically. I've been so drained that in those little like dark moments, I forget that I am so blessed, that I need to be grateful to have the blessings that I have. And that is having my family. You know, they're not obviously super close to me, but they're 2 hours away. And that is something that I'm super grateful for. You know, some people don't have their parents in the same country, let alone with them at all. And it constantly is a reminder for me that I have to be grateful. I have to make more of an effort to see my family. You know, New York City life, work just kind of sucks the life out of you. No matter how much you love it, it just does. Whether you lived in New York for 6 months or 6 years, it just does. But I'm making more of an effort to make time for my family. And one thing that I'm really grateful for and blessed is that I have my car with me. Not a lot of people who live in New York City can afford to have their car or just a car in general. So I'm really, really grateful that these small little things in life, having a car that I own and it's mine and I can have it with me in my, like near my apartment, not in my apartment, but near my apartment. It's just literally a block over. I walk there and my car is there. It's been collecting dust. I haven't seen my car in so long because I don't use my car often. But if I do want to visit my family, I have no excuse. I have my car. And if I didn't have the car, by all means, there's plenty of transportations, cars, trains and Ubers and subways. Like, it's easy to get out east. It'll be a bit more longer, but for me to have a car with me, there's no excuse. So I am going to stop blabbering. You probably are bored of me talking, but we are going to go to Long Island, New York. I'm gonna see my family. My dad is super cute. He has a surprise for us, but I'll tell you more in the car. Let's leave this apartment and let's go to Long Island, New York. I have to take a moment in because there's something so magical about the summer sky, and every time I walk in my neighborhood, I just take a deep moment in and I think of how grateful, alhamdulillah, I am. I mean, this view, it just does something for me. I'm not saying this is paradise, but for me, it's my little paradise. But honestly, these are just little moments of gratitude, little reminders when I walked out of my apartment and just into the street, into the neighborhood, that everything's okay. I get to walk out of this precious little neighborhood every single day. Tell me how I cannot be grateful. I am in the car. It is hot, but I can't turn the AC on right away. You can hear the train. But my dad is so cute. I haven't seen my parents in a while, so my dad decided to take everybody out to a restaurant in Eastern Long Island. I think it's an Afghan restaurant, so I'm also low-key excited to eat Afghan food. Not that I need to, because clearly I've gained a little bit of weight, but we'll talk about that later on with my workout journey. But I'm excited to visit my family, see my family, and eat some banjan brani. The only Afghan food that I really care for, it's literally just banjan brani. I love a good banjan brani with like naan khushk taza. Like, love it. I don't care for like the mantu and the oshaks of the world. I really don't. It's all about the banjan brani for me. So let me get out because I'm melting in the car. I definitely need to do my nails. So I'm hoping maybe after dinner I get to do my nails. I was hoping I could do my nails after I paint the bookcase, but no, she is not cute. We're gonna get a pedicure and a manicure. So let's head out. Now, on a really good day, from the city to Eastern Long Island takes me maybe 35 minutes to 40. Unfortunately, that day, traffic was a bit insane and it took me close to 2 hours. Nevertheless, I really enjoy driving and it's so therapeutic for me with a good song, a little iced latte. It's just magical. Speaking of magical, I have arrived to my location. This is Kabul Grill, located in Hicksville, New York. It was such a beautiful little restaurant, so cute with the kites hanging. Honestly, the food was beyond delicious. I didn't record the entire thing because I wanted to protect the privacy of my family. This is currently the state of my apartment. When I told you it looks like a crime scene, I was not kidding. But we are officially going to clean up because painting has been completed. I'm not going to paint the inner shoe shelf because it's just not necessary. Eventually one day I will, but right now, just to get my apartment back together, I'm not starting to paint because then I have to wait for it to dry. So for now, we are just gonna close the doors up, pop it back in to get the apartment back to life and functional. My friends call me Bob the Builder, and I think, honestly, I'm a creative soul, whether it's me creating content digitally for myself, for my friends, or for different brands, whether it's me making a meal, or even decorating my home. I'm just a creative soul. I love my space to reflect who I am, and it's somewhere where I love to come home to. And this bookcase was on my vision board for quite some time. And even though I was on a budget, I have to say I'm really proud of myself to bring it to life. So the bookcase, I painted a light gray, as you can see, and has dried for the past few days. And now my favorite part was just to style it. I really have collected these things over the course of a few years now. Different coffee table books, some of my favorite books that were gifted to me, some of my shoes that I don't wear as often just because they're too special. So I'll wear them on special occasions. But the bookcase is not done just yet. I do want to get handles, but I think overall, just being able to style it and just kind of reflecting my creative self really brought so much joy to me. I think the way you style your bookcase, if you do have a bookcase in your space, says a lot about you. And for me, I am a fashion girl. I have always been and love to dress up, whether it's dressing up myself or dressing up my home. And I think the books that I've collected over the years and the little nook and little frames that I've connected kind of is a reflection of who I am. And one thing I love about this bookcase, it has become a really great conversation starter, but also a great backdrop for all of my videos.